What is going on, my fellow gamers? Welcome back to the game here. I have not said that in so freaking long. So let's go over what's going on lately. Well, let's first off talk about what we're doing here. Finally, after like actually almost a 2 month of me just taking a break and you guys watching the most random stuff that I can post on my channel, I decided to finally get into this game that I've wanted to do for God knows how since Daily Premonition, but Daily Premonition was over actually in March or May. I don't remember which one it was. That's not important. But I'm actually gonna post commentary for once over the first part of the video. I never really do post commentary unless it's a mishap or something, but this time I want to try something different. We'll tell you about this game, my personal experience with this game. Basically, I wanted to do an extremely hard game. Just out of nowhere. And I could not think of one right offhand, but I know Zombies Ate My Neighbors is one of the hardest games of my childhood. And one, this game freaked me out when I was a kid too, because who would have thought zombies eating your neighbors, that scream that you hear when someone dies, it's really chilling to you. And as a child, when I was actually my youth, me and my brother would play this game. He would always be Zeke and always be Jill, which didn't even matter because I'm playing Zeke right now. And I have sucked at this game when I was a kid. I would, like, go to the first level, I would have no water gun. And if you're on a water gun? What's the point of a water gun being a weapon? We'll go over, actually, I'll probably go in depth of weapons probably in the next episode, but you'll see some of these random weapons and all these random neighbors you have. I mean, come on, how many babies you have just sitting in the middle of the freaking yard during the zombie apocalypse. I digress. So the first part of this whole project, I decided to do the first 8 levels of this game. There are a total of 55 levels in Zombies Ate My Neighbors, but 48 of them are main missions, and there's a couple bonus levels. On the first mission, there is actually a bonus level on it, but the odds of you actually getting that to that bonus level is almost impossible. You actually have to get a bazooka, a monster potion, or something to blow up the bush right before. I saw that last baby that I picked up. I was also trying to hope for so I can show the level off. But the odds of you getting one is so doubtful. It's more of a chance than anything. That kind of sucks. I hate when you have the wrong chance. I didn't even get one until like the 3rd level. Actually, no, I got one just now. Never mind. The 2nd level. And it's just so ridiculous. Another thing is zombies cheat. You notice there, I didn't get to see the survivor and they already killed it. There are 2 main ways to die in this game. The typical lose all your health and lives. And then you have lose all your neighbors. Which, in theory, the first one sounds harder to die by. But they're both actually relatively difficult. All you need is 1 survivor to win. You can win this game with 1 survivor. But generally, the first like 30-some levels is easy to lose by survivors or health. The game, and towards the end, actually do something different. The game gets progressively difficult for you to live, but all you need to do is find the one survivor. If you're one survivor, the last survivor is usually locked up behind a door they can't get to. So it gets to your advantage. So the first part of this game is going to be me running through this part. I may do live commentary later on, but I want to get used to the whole idea of talking again because I've not really done this in 2 months. It was a great game for me to actually get started on. All these different creatures, survivors, army men that won't defend themselves for nothing, babies in the middle of escalators, tourists in a shopping mall. I don't know. Teacher that gives you an F, cheerleaders. Everybody loves cheerleaders. Am I missing one? I think I am missing one, which would be the infamous Dr. Bug. But you won't see Dr. Bug unless you either do a bonus level or go to a secret area during a basic level, which will hopefully see me at least once in this whole project. No, my luck probably won't end up being good. Monster-wise, there's several different ones. We saw the basic zombies. They'll be your... I mean, come on, Zombies Ate My Neighbors. You'd hope there's zombies in the game. On this level, they actually show off the evil dolls. Like, I call them Chucky dolls because they literally remind me of Chucky to the fullest extent. And we'll hopefully see one. We'll see one on this level. I'm watching this probably a few seconds ahead or behind, knowing my luck. Always fun when you do that. And have a fun rank, of course. See, the Chucky dolls are pretty vicious. And every monster basically has a counter weapon. The Chucky doll's weakness is soda cans. Zombies are weak against the water gun. Before you ask the reason why the water gun kills like zombies in one hit, it's actually it has holy water in it. That was creative to me whenever this game was made. Wait, who would have thought putting holy water in the water gun? Who knows? Chainsaw maniacs are probably the biggest cheat people you'll meet. And that's what makes this game so difficult compared to the rest of them. Well, compared to some levels, because chainsaw maniacs will basically do what they want as they can. Your best, couple things you want to probably use, monster potion, like you see here. I like this part. He just comes in, oh god, don't worry. You basically run through so much stuff, and like the second to last level in the game's at all chainsaw level. And you had to find like three skeleton keys scattered throughout the whole level, and you're just like, what? What is this crap? I don't even. It's funny how I actually do remember this game a lot more than I actually did expect. Because I remember like where some of these potions are that most people don't know. Some of these bonus levels that most people don't know. You won't see a bonus. I'll try to do a couple bonus levels, but I doubt I will do a lot of them. This will not be a straightforward run. How this game works is a password system. The passwords are based upon how many survivors you have and what level you got to. Passwords are given every 4 levels. So at the end of this level, you'll get a password. But I won't actually just stop right there. I'm gonna keep going. I like this part with the chainsaw guy just like, what the heck was this to do? Like, the trampoline girl is like immune to everything. She won't ever die. The guy in swimming pool won't be able to die till like a later level when they start actually using water creatures, which absolutely blow. I hate those guys. I love how I'm just talking about this game but rambling, because this game is, to me, is a classic, but it's so underlooked. It disappoints me how I literally look at Let's Plays this game for about a month before I actually consider doing this myself. Watch actually a speedrun of this game until this is a speedrun, which that's the biggest BS I ever saw when that Tools was a speedrun. I mean, didn't get hurt, didn't lose a single survivor, 2 players. But then again, the game basically cheated for him and basically gave him every single item that he could possibly want, including in all the bonus levels, which he got to do. The first level, which is first bonus level, Day of the Tentacle. I want to tell you about that mission real quick. Day of the Tentacle is hilarious because the only time you'll actually see a tentacle creature, and the point of the tentacle creature, or the reference is, LucasArts did a game called Day of the Tentacle. Point-and-click adventure game. I'm not a big fan of point-and-click adventure games, but they did that at the same time they made this game. And I was a huge fan of this game, and I've actually looked that up years later, more recently, about the whole Day of the Tentacle. Oh! It's a reference to another game that they made. Pretty cool. The main reason I actually picked Zombies, one of the main reasons is LucasArts. I'm disappointed what Disney did. They bought LucasArts and got rid of them. And because I wanted to see a more futuristic sequel to this game. That's what I was hoping for LucasArts would do eventually. And depressingly, they never will. I mean, before I started recording, I saw a game called Zombies Hate My Friends, and I was like, that's kind of funny, but it ain't no neighbors. And just, this game. There is a technical sequel to this game. Ghoul Patrol. It uses the same 2 characters as Zombies Hate My Neighbors, but it wasn't exactly. I've looked at it, and it looks like something I may play at a later date, but I couldn't do it right now because I got what the original. Then again, what stopped me before, during the old days when me was playing whatever game I freaking want. So, you're probably watching the same part. You saw the doppelgangers by now, which are zombies that look exactly like you. They're actually more alien-based. We'll go over aliens too in a minute. They are more focusing. They mimic your moves, but they try to get close to you and kill your neighbors and touch you, which is kind of cool. I like how they do it, but I can't stand them at the same time. There's also the plants. I can't think what the plants are called right now. But if you notice, they are weak to weed eaters, because that's how you kill everything. It's weed eaters. Because I will use weed eaters probably for the majority of the game. Doppelgangers are weak. I take one hit from anything, so the squirt gun's all you need. You see, you pick up plates and silverware randomly, and you're like, what the heck? It was actually, I will be using one of those soon. Plates are actually really powerful weapons, which doesn't seem like they would be. And it's awesome. Plates are extremely powerful, really good against more harder enemies, probably like mummies or maybe vampires, werewolves. But werewolves are actually get one-hitted by silverware, which makes perfect sense. But when you think about it, it doesn't. Fire extinguishers are quite random weapon. Don't ever use them you'll use them quite a bit. I won't say you use them that much. They won't ever kill an enemy. But what they'll do is they'll freeze an enemy in place so you can run by. And that's when it gets good. That's the main part of it. You see me here looking to go to the bottom corner, I saw that zombie move up. I wasn't too sure if there was a survivor up there, so I tried to not see it. The zombies will base their movements where survivors are, but if you can't see it, and they can't see it, therefore you can't really get screwed. Like, I did get screwed once out of that deal. I'm still mad about that, because that would actually make me have 9 survivors. I will lose one. This level or the next? It's the next level, I believe. No, it was a change level, that's why I'm down to 8. God, I can't remember. Mummies are weak against the ancient artifacts. You'll actually see me kill one a couple times. Like, here's an ancient artifact right here. I love the fact this thing's skipping all my frames. I'm watching the video just make sure everything's going good while I'm doing this. So it looks like I'm messing around. I am. I like the Aging Explorers. They don't even make sense. Sometimes you open a container, you may get a boogeyman. Boogeymans are unkillable, and they'll do 1 damage to you at all times. And personally, there's not much you can do about it. Unless you're like a monster or have a potion that takes you to prevent any damage at all. Only real ways to do that. Yeah, I mean, I just play this, I'm commentating after, and I'm like, see how powerful the zombies are a bit more powerful because they have bandages on. I'm like, screw you, mommy, I'm out of here. Man, I can't wait to actually start live commentating, because post commentary is so boring. If something post commentary is good for, sometimes it's not. Because I can't really give you a breakdown of this game. I'm better at doing that live. What you see here is, well, I don't know how far you are. Dr. Tongue is actually the main villain of this game. There really isn't much of a story of this game. But Dr. Tongue created the zombies and everything else in this world, and you gotta kill him, or stop him. And then here's, this is where you start seeing werewolves, depressingly, and they get, you see, like, they're trying to, like, oh, panic, where's my item, where's my item, throw. Ow. Freaking werewolves. Werewolves will cheat once in a while, because they have the ability to jump across the map. Oh, jump across your screen. I can't say really map, it's in Call of Duty. Choose to I play Call of Duty since, like, it's great. Then again, I played the League, and screw League. I'm done with League. That game irritates me enough. That's why I haven't wrote. Of course, I got addicted to the League, and I got sick of it real quick. Thankfully. If you do use the weed eater, like on mushrooms or the weeds, you'll actually be immune to damage, which is thankfully, well, immune to the weeds, thankfully, which makes things a little bit easier. The game does take some concepts like the fire. You'll actually have to put it out to go forward. can get the right item out to do it. Fire can be taken on soda cans. Yeah, water gun. Fire extinguisher. I believe there actually was a bonus mission to the first Dr. Tunnel at level 7, but I cannot remember for the life of me right now where it is. God, I'm yawning way too much. Like freaking 10 hours of sleep, and that's what kills me too. I had a really bad experience in gym, that's why I didn't really do many videos lately. That's why I've been relying on Manhunt and Ratchet and Clank a lot. There's also Frankenstein's, and Frankenstein to me is probably the worst creature in this game. Because he has the ability to, like, shoot lightning bolts from long distances. Watch this one. Watch. In a minute, you'll see, like, I don't know where he's at. He shoots one just out of nowhere at me. Almost gets me. And I'm like, you serious, bro? But this is actually one of the only post-commentary ones. I wanted to do a little bit of something different. I'm trying to change things up with this channel. Frankenstein's almost unkillable. I don't even worry about him because he's going to just hit you. If you fight him, he'll actually do more damage to you. Every 40,000 points, you'll actually get a bonus. If you have all 10 victims, you get an extra life. If you don't have all 10 victims, they'll give you a extra victim. But this won't matter because I'll probably lose him shortly. Because literally, this is actually the last episode. The last level will show. This is actually one of the harder levels in the game. Because it has a Titanic toddler. The best way to kill these guys is Pandora boxes and monster potions, bazookas, anything you got, use it. You see me try to just hit him with a soda can. I'm like, you know what? This ain't working. Because his steps, hey, he does a lot of damage. Though every damage in this game is only 1 hit point. It doesn't really matter. So hopefully I'll just get smart here in a second. Like, you know what? You don't like me when I'm angry. And then for some reason I put the freaking squirt gun out. What was I thinking? Alright, let's go. Monster Potion is really useful for like, everything. You don't want to really spam. You see me here, I'll just try to save all the survivors I can so he doesn't step on them. Unfortunately, he does step on a baby, which makes me bring him back down to 8. But I'll live with 8. 8's actually not a bad number to live by. 8's not a, I mean, 8 is great. I mean, you see me, I've said that 100 times in my projects. 8 is great. Part 8 is great. And the awesome part is, I don't know if it's out yet, if you use a monster potion, you can actually just destroy doors as you please. You can save your keys. But this will not be a single run of this game. If I'll get, so far I have it paused right now. And when I get back into it, I'll actually just continue where I left off. Which is what I want to do. So hopefully, next time on Zombies Ate My Neighbors, we'll actually get pretty far with this one single run. And then we'll get something ridiculous. I'm going to try to do these levels in the same as at 4 or 8. Depending on how I do on them. Sometimes maybe even 2 probably during the later ones. God, I'm not looking forward to that. So, I will see you all next time for more Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I'll see you all then.